Bernie H. How you doing, Bernie? Oops, sorry. Let me get things uncovered here. Like the camera so you can see me. And the break table. And this here. You know what that is. Got your package today. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Doing great, Donald. Alright, let me think my computers are doing much better today. God is great. Titus, how you doing, sir? We will get everybody logged in a minute here. We'll open up this a little bit later. Keeping track on the side over here for the Seattle Mariners game. Bernie H. and God is great's in the house. Won't be a super long stream today, but we will continue where we left off yesterday. And I'm going to post new guidelines for my giveaways because I have to slow down. Got to make it a little bit longer between GAWs, so it won't just be end of month. So starting today, just so you know, I haven't at the beginning of every round of giveaways is when I'll well, actually every month. So if it overlaps like it did today, well, we'll probably fill up if I do that this month. But starting this month, going forward, so we got what? This is the 1st of May, May Day today. So starting in June, when we start a new month, we will add on the Patreons and the channel members for their entries, for their levels they're on. And then you'll get one entry at the start of the stream, one entry at the end of the stream, and we'll still do the trivias. So that's what I'm gonna update my YouTube channel About Me tab, so I'll update that information in there so it'll be in black and white. Titus, Bernie, and Don, how you doing there, Big Ray? Sensei Domino's in the house. Okay, let's see. Bernie was here at 2 o'clock sharp. So at 2:05 we will end the early birds. Let me put it in here real quick. How'd they get 5? How am I gonna get 5 runs? I must have missed something, huh? Went to 5. See, that's okay. We won the series. We won the first 2 games. We're the top 2 teams in baseball right now, battling it out. So we did pretty good. Looks like we're gonna win 2 out of 3 unless we pull this one out still. But that's okay. So let me get in here. Oh, I did that too soon. Hold on a second. I didn't want that. Let's see if I can. Hold on a second. Ignore that last comment there. There we go. Not yet. Got a second. Okay. Now we'll end the early birds. I don't know why I did that. Dragon Fan Tim said he's probably not here, but he is because he made it in before the 5 minutes. And I'm going to adhere to the first 5 minutes in the live stream. Okay, so no late stragglers. You got to make it here in the first 5 minutes or you don't get added onto the sheet. But it is the 1st of the month, so I'm going to go over and give you a quick update on my new 2024 Patreon tiers. which will include rookie cards, rated rookies, gold cups, rising stars, prospects, minor leaguers, etc., etc., etc. Triple tiers will contain one newer rookie card type. That'll be from 2020 and newer, just so you do know there for those. Alright, and will contain 4 cards. The 555, the triple fives, tier 2, 6 cards. The triple sevens, tier 3, 8 cards. The triple nines, tier 4, 10 cards. Quad tiers will contain 1 Hall of Fame rookie card. Okay? No guarantees which one. It'll be my choosing for the most part. But I do have a lot of Hall of Fame rookie cards that are duplicate, triplicate, 50s, I do have a lot. I do have a lot. So, just in case you're wondering on that. But the quad 1s, tier 5, 12 cards. The quad 2s, tier 6, 25 cards. And the quad 3s, tier 7, 40 cards. Just so you do know, these last couple weeks here, I've been sorting baseball cards. Look in search of rookies, new and old. As far as my older vintage style, what I consider like 70s, probably the 80s, some of the 80s, the younger 80s, like the 84. I'll probably go 84, 85, maybe 86s. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But they will contain each one. So for each tier, all the cards in that tier will be different cards. Not like, oh, I'll give you 40 cards of John Jones because I have 350 of his cards. No, they'll be all individual different cards. So just wanted to point that out there. Again, like I said, once a month I'll highlight this and any changes that I do to it. Okay? Sorry, let me get that out of my system. The update there. We will be going through Bernie H's package he sent me. He sent me a few cards. He usually does once a month when he submits his info for his Patreon package. So we're going to go up here and start. Bernie H is going to be our first one for the new month and the new tiers. So Bernie gets one. God is Great gets one. And I will make it once we fill the 1,000 entries, we will do the drawing. But what's going to take place is we'll probably finish this early in May. So it'll be an April-May giveaway. So once we reach it. So down the road, if it takes longer, if it takes 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, however long it takes to get 1,000, and that will be 10 prizes in the wheel. Okay, that'll be 10 prizes total. That's what we'll go for each and every time we do the GAW. I'm going to say it that way because when YouTube will say, oh, somebody's having a giveaway, I'll say it just real quick. They'll just send people your way. And I don't like that. I like my regulars being in here. Bernie H. Big Ray's in here. He gets an entry for the early birds. God is Great Bernie Sensei Domino's here. He gets an entry. Oh, those are done. And then Bernie, Big Ray, and Dragon Fan Tim. Dragon Fan Tim, you get an entry. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in the first 5 minutes of the program. And we'll still do the final 2 minutes, the 2-minute warning. All you got to do is chat something and you get an entry at the end of the stream. And then you will get for our trivia. That's the only one where you'll get the higher up one. And just so you know, again, when we start a new month, after this month's done, so this is April continuing into May. So once, say if we fill it up by this Friday, which we might, just depends. If we fill it up by Friday, we'll have the giveaway, and then the month of May will be done. Okay, the month of May will be done. All right. And then we'll continue on. We won't wait till June. We'll start a new calendar or a new spreadsheet, and it'll contain, starting with the May Patreons, whoever's signed up to be a May Patreon, which you'll have to do it today if you want to sign up today. It's not too late for the 1st, because the billings always take place on the 1st of the month. So I'll be checking my Patreon to see who I got to send out Patreon packages to. So we'll do that. But that's where we stand right now. All right. Semi-truck, you made it in late, buddy. But if you're still here at the end, you'll get an entry at the end, okay? You get one entry for the early birds, the 5 minutes, so you get 5 minutes. Those that show up for the first 5 minutes of the stream get an entry. If you're here at the end of the stream later today, the last 2 minutes, in that 2-minute time frame, you could just say something in the chat and you'll get an entry at the end. And again, there are trivias will be pretty much running the same way as we've always done it. Some of them could be true and false. Some of them could be one answer. Some of them could be multiple answers. And I'll make that determination on how many points you get for the trivia. So those are going to be the big bonus type runs. There is answering the trivia questions. Okay? So other than that, I think what I'm going to mix it up and do it a little bit different. I'm going to finish with Hank O'Day's biography for the stream today. Not all the time, but what I want to do is I'm going to put. Oh no, we're going to do the trivia first. Then we're going to open up, go through these few cards that it looks like Bernie sent me. I see at least one's a Cincinnati Red, Ken Griffey Jr. That's pretty cool. There's a couple cards in this team bag. We're going to go through this real quick right after we do today's trivia. Okay? So, the trivia today is going to be 5 points. 5 points. Okay? So, it is dubious distinction. Dubious distinction. And the baseball birthdays for today, May 1st, 2024, which is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month begins. So the month of May is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. But our trivia for today, all right, is dubious distinction. Name the Hall of Famer who hit into the most triple plays over his career. Okay, I'm going to read the question one more time and we'll go through the answers only once. Dubious distinction. Name the Hall of Famer who hit into the most triple plays over his career. Is it A, Jim Rice? Is it B, Brooks Robinson? Is it C, Ernie Lombardi? Or is it D, Willie McCovey? Go ahead and put your answers in the chat now. Okay. Dragon Fan Tim got that one for 5 points, Dragon Fan Tim. You got that today, Dragon Fan Tim, for 5 points. And let me go over the answer real quick, and then we'll go into this team bag here. Tomorrow's trivia will be baseball oddities. It'll be baseball oddities tomorrow. Okay, so dubious distinction. Again, name the Hall of Famer who hit into the most triple plays over his career. It was Brooks Robinson. Let me read through the stats on the back here. The answer is B. Brooks Robinson wrapped into 4 triple plays. He did it in 1958, 1964, 1965, and 1967. So there you have it. Congratulations there, Tim, for you getting that. All right, we got to run. It's 5-1 now. Okay, so I'm going to set this off to the side. We'll bring it back at the end of the stream for the 2-minute warning. That'll be the only additional entries given today. Okay, let me open this team bag from Bernie and see. He sent me a few cards. Let me see what he sent me today. All right, at least here I see a Ken Griffey Jr. Oh, it's an 2006. I never knew it went back that far. 2006. Upper Deck. This is going to have to go into my National Baseball card binder. Ken Griffey Jr. Well, actually, this ain't going there. This is going into my Ken Griffey Jr. set because I don't think I've got this one. I do not think I've got this in my PC there, Bernie. So thank you very much. That's where that one's going to go. It looks like now I've got an Abraham Almonte with the Seattle Mariners. Oh yeah, Abraham. Serial numbered out of 199. Abraham Almonte. Rookie card for Abraham Almonte. And it's a 65 out of 199 from 2014. That is awesome. Thanks, sir, Bernie. No problem there, Big Ray. Sorry about that. Alright, so we got those 2 so far. Thank you. And we've got a Robinson Cano with the Seattle Mariners. Independence Day. Oh, that's also a short print. Oh my word, out of 25. This must be short print month. That I have never seen before, which is pretty cool. But Robinson Cano, 18 out of 25. Thanks, Bernie. You're hitting it out of the ballpark today. Let's see what we've got here. We've got a Greg Hallman, Seattle Mariners, 2011 trading card. Oh, Hallman, Allen, and Ginter back in the day. Ginter back. Oh, and it's a Ginter back. That's the old style Ginter back, isn't it? That is pretty cool. You are sending me all kinds of... Oh my word. Is this a Edwin Diaz? Oh, it's not a... I was thinking... Well, this is rookie card. Oh my word. Oh my word. Allen and Ginter, Edwin Diaz, 2017 rookie card. Another Ginter back. My word. You're hitting it out of the ballpark today. Chris Zachary. I guess you use this to help protect the cards. I was like, I'm just going to leave that on there because I'll black that out and use this when I ship some cards from eBay or something. Usually when it hits a certain dollar value, I'll include it with their package. Oh, that one's going to stay there. That's a promo card. I've never seen those cards. let me put that there. But thanks for these 5 cards. This is definitely going into my Griffey collection, because I'm going to check my binders after the stream later, and I'm pretty sure I don't have one of these. 2000. I've been collecting the most recent year's complete sets of National Baseball Card Days. But I was not aware of this one. That's pretty cool. So, and then other than that, that's a rookie, that's a rookie. That's a short print. That's a short print. And that just goes into my Ken Griffey Jr. Not many people can find some Ken Griffey Jr.'s that I don't have in my PC. So appreciate that, Bernie. Very, very much, sir. Yeah. Set these here real quick out of the way. Alright, they're at the top of the 6th now, so we only got that one run. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to bring out our next Hall of Famer for today. I've almost thought of just loading up all the rest of the Hall of Famers and just putting them all here, and then as I finish, put them back in the binder. But I think I'll just do it the way I've been doing it for now. When we get towards the end, maybe I'll do that so you can see how many more we have left. I usually load it up for the week and put in the 4 Hall of Famers I'm going to do this week. So this is our Hall of Famer for today. Hank O'Day. His full name is Henry M. O'Day. No, I don't want to turn it off. I want to turn the light off, though. It'll probably pop back on again in a second. Henry M. O'Day, Hank O'Day, as he's known, and his other nickname is the Reverend. He was an umpire for the Pacific League in 1890, the National League in 1888 and 89, 1893, 1895 to 1911, 1913, 1915 to 27, earned universal respect and praise for unwavering resolve to make the right call, especially unpopular decisions. As strong-handed enforcer of the game's rules, accrued nearly a half-century of service in baseball, more than 3 decades as premier National League umpire, another 10 years as a major league player and manager, selected as arbiter for 10 World Series, including the first modern Fall Classic in 1903, umpired nearly 4,000 games, 3rd most in history at the time of retirement, displayed great courage in making controversial Merkle-Bones play call in 1908, establishing authority for the profession of umpires. I'm going to put that right there for now. We're going to get into his biography here. Hopefully you guys just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hank O'Day. Henry M. O'Day was born July 8th, 1859. He was born like almost to the day. I was born July 9th, 1958. So he was like 99 years before I was born. And then passed away on July 2nd, 1935. Nicknamed the Reverend, was an American right-handed pitcher and later an umpire and manager in Major League Baseball. After a 7-year Major League playing career, he worked as a National League umpire for 30 seasons between 1895 and 1927. O'Day umpired in 10 World Series, second only to Bill Clem's total of 18. Including 5 of the first 7 played, and was behind the plate for the first modern World Series game in 1903, retiring at age 68 years and 2 months. He remained the oldest umpire in Major League history, a fact which was not known until recently. as he routinely shaved 5 to 7 years from his true age throughout his career. His 3,986 total games as an umpire ranked third in Major League history when he retired, and his 2,710 games as a plate umpire still ranked second in Major League history to Clem's total of 3,544. He is largely known for his controversial decision in a pivotal 1908 game, a ruling that still causes debate today. O'Day interrupted his umpiring career twice for single seasons as a manager, leading the Cincinnati Reds in the 1912 and Chicago Cubs in 1914. He remains the only person ever to serve full seasons in the National League as a player, manager, and umpire. O'Day was inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in July of 2013. Get a sip of water here real quick, and then we'll continue on. Alright. We are in the bottom of the sixth now. Atlanta's ahead 5-1 still. As far as his early life, O'Day was born in Chicago, the son of a railroad engineer, James O'Day, 1824 to 1885, and his wife, Margaret, 1822 to 1895, who were immigrants from Ireland and were born deaf. The couple had at least 7 children: Daniel, 1846 to 1898, James Jr., 1854 before 1895, Catherine, 1856 to 1901, Henry Margaret, 1864 before 1895, Mary McNamara, 1866 to 1924, and Joseph, 1870 to 1885. The O'Days originally settled in Buffalo, New York by mid-1850s, and then they had moved to Cincinnati, and they relocated to Chicago around 1858. Henry was born in the vicinity of Ewing Street, later named Cabrini Street, and Jefferson Street, which was just 1 block north of the starting point of the Chicago fire. In 1871, however, by 1870, the family had moved about 2 miles west to 1022 West Jackson Street, renumbered in 1909 as 2433 West Jackson Boulevard, which remained the family residence until the early 20th century. O'Day worked as a steamfitter in Chicago before entering organized baseball. As far as his playing career, O'Day played minor league baseball with the Bay City Club and the Toledo Blue Stockings of the Northwestern League in 1883, and he reached the major leagues when Toledo joined the American Association the following year. With Toledo, he played alongside Fleet Walker, the first African American to play in the major leagues. O'Day made his major league debut on May 2nd, 1884, and served as the team's second pitcher behind Tony Mullane. In 41 games pitched for the Blue Stockings, he had 9 wins, 28 losses with a 3.75 earned run average, ERA, and 163 strikeouts. He is also one of 3 pitchers who had been retroactively credited with a save in the Double-A that season. In addition to pitching, O'Day appeared in 23 games as a position player that season, primarily in left field. He also made appearances at the other field positions as well as first base and third base. However, he made only 13 other non-pitching appearances in the field years later. including 8 games at shortstop in 1887 and 1888 and 1885. He split playing time with the Pittsburgh Alleghenies of the AA and the Washington Nationals of the Eastern League. O'Day had a record of 5-7 for the Alleghenies. His playing time was limited because he was caring for his sick father. He made only 5 starts after May 11th and left the team for the last time after his July 6th start. His father died on July 9th at the age of 61. In the meantime, the Chicago White Stockings had opened West Side Park on June 6, less than a mile and a half from the O'Day residence. In games with Washington and the Eastern League, he had a record of 13-2 and a 0.74 ERA. On September 5th of that year, his younger brother Joseph died at 15 from injuries he had suffered 2 days earlier after falling from the front car of a roller coaster. At the end of the season, the Nationals folded and O'Day joined a Louisville ball club. No record exists of him having played any games for them. O'Day spent most of 1886 with the Savannah team in the Southern Association, and during his time there, he was considered a favorite among players. In 39 games with the Savannah, O'Day won 26 games, lost 11, and had an ERA of 1.03. Late in the year, he joined the Washington Nationals, where he posted a 2-2 record in 6 games. O'Day became a full-time starter for the Nationals in 1887 and pitched the second most games behind Jim Whitney. In 30 games, he won 8 games, lost 20, and had a 4.17 ERA and 109 walks. His walks were 5th highest in the league. In 1888, O'Day became the workhorse of the team, starting 46 games for the Nationals that year. His ERA and win-losses improved to 3.10 and 16, but he led the National League in losses with 29 and was second in walks with 177 and 403 innings pitched. He also played 8 games at shortstop in 1887 and 1888. O'Day's high loss total was noted by Sporting Life as due to ineffective hitting by the Nationals rather than a result of his pitching. In 13 games for Washington in 1889, O'Day had a 2-10 record and a 4.33 ERA. On July 26, he was purchased by the New York Giants. His first game with the Giants was against his former team, a game which he lost. O'Day then went on to win his next 9 starts to finish the year with a 9-1 record for the Giants. He earned 2 strong wins in the 1889 World Series, including 2-1 11-inning victory on October 25th to give the Giants the National League title. The Giants' mid-season purchase of O'Day was considered to be the reason they won. In 1890, O'Day jumped ship to the New York Giants of the newly established Players League. With them, he enjoyed his best season by going 22-13 with a 4.21 ERA for the Giants pitching. Many innings pitched, and he spent 3 more years in the minors leagues with the Lincoln Rustiers of the Western Association, the Columbus Reds of the Western League, and the Ernie Blackbirds of the Eastern League before retiring as a player. In 201 career games, 1,651 and 1/3 innings pitched. O'Day posted a record 73 and 110 with an ERA of 3.74 and 663 strikeouts at various points throughout his career. O'Day played all 9 positions. As far as his umpiring career, after O'Day finished his playing career, he worked as a clerk for the Chicago City Recorder's Office. While attending a Chicago baseball game as a spectator one Sunday in 1894, O'Day was recruited from the stands to substitute for umpire Thomas Lynch, who was unable to make it to the game due to a train service cancellation. O'Day performed so well that he was recruited into full-time service as a National League umpire the following year. On July 8, 1901, O'Day made a rolling in a game against St. Louis, which provided a pivotal in a 7-5 Brooklyn victory. The fans were so infuriated that they rushed the field after the game, and O'Day suffered a split lip before being rescued by players and police. Okay. In July 1906, O'Day was fined $50, equal to $1,696 today, by National League President Harry Pulliam, in connection with a fight that broke out between the Giants pitcher Joe McGinty and the Pirates catcher Heine Pites during a game. O'Day was cited as being negligent for falling to prevent the fight. He appealed the fine, but Pullman would not relent. So then, in 201 career games and 1,651 and a third innings pitched, O'Day posted a record 73 and 110 with an ERA of 3.74, 663 strikeouts at various points throughout his career. O'Day played 9 positions. In July 1906, O'Day was fined $50. Let's see what we got still. Now it's the top of the 7th. We're still behind 5-1. Broke out between in July 1906. O'Day was fined $50, equal to $1,696 today, by Harry Pullman in connection with a fight that broke out between the Giants pitcher Joe McGinty and the Pirates catcher Heine Pites during a game. Let's see. He was rumored to be seeking an umpiring position in the Tri-League, but he returned to the field for the National League game by August the 10th. Merkel's Boner. From a mean article called Merkel's Boner. On September 23, 1908, O'Day was involved in one of the most controversial field decisions in Major League history. He was working as a plate umpire in the game between the Cubs and the Giants, which ended when American League Al Birdwell's apparent walk-off single drove in the apparent winning run. However, base runner Fred Merkel never advanced from first base to second, in keeping with the common practice of the era. When the Cubs produced a ball, not necessarily the game ball, which had been thrown into the crowd of fans walking across the field to exit the ballpark, and claimed a force play at second base, which would negate the run, the debate erupted. Bob Emsley, who had who was a base umpire, had been watching the play at first base to verify that the batter had reached base, had not seen the play at second. O'Day ruled that the force play had been valid and that the run did not count, causing the game to end in a tie. It is noteworthy that at the time, Emslie and O'Day ranked as the two longest-serving umpires in Major League history. O'Day's letter to Pullman follows, spelling the pronunciation as the original. New York, September 23, 1908. Harry C. Pullman, Esquire, and President of the National League. Dear Sir, in the game today at New York between New York and the Chicago Club, in the last half of the ninth inning, the score was a tie, 1-1. New York was at bat with 2 men out. McCormick of New York on third base and Merkel of New York on first base. Birdwell was at the bat, hit a clean single base hit to center field. Merkel did not run the ball out. He started towards second base, but on getting halfway there, he turned and ran down the field toward the clubhouse. The ball was fielded into second base for Chicago man to make the play when McGinty ran from the coach's box out in the field to second base and interfered with the play being made. Emslie, who had said he did not watch Merkel, asked me if Merkel touched second base. I said he did not. Then Emslie called Merkel out, and I would not allow McCormick's run to score. The game at the end of the ninth inning was 1-1. The people ran out of the field. I did not ask to have the field cleared, as it was too dark to continue play. Yours respectfully, signed, Henry O'Day. So President Pullman upheld O'Day's decision. The game was ruled a tie, and a makeup game was scheduled. The Cubs defeated the New York in that makeup game to win the pennant by a single game. The Milwaukee Journal later reported that O'Day and the Chicago team have been attuned to play because of their involvement in similar situation a few weeks earlier on September 4th during a mid-season game between Chicago and Pittsburgh. Cubs second baseman Johnny Evers tried to call O'Day's attention to the fact that a Pittsburgh player had not made it to second base on the game-winning play. Not seeing the runner missed the base. O'Day told Evers, "Go home and take a bath. Johnny, the game is over." The newspaper noted that Chicago got the pennant by being given the derisive hoot a few weeks before. Get a sip of water here. Managerial career. We're in the top of the seventh. Sorry. Get this one. There we go. No, we're in the bottom of the seventh. The Mariners are up. So it's 5-1, 1 out. And a base hit into the corner. Now we have a runner on second, Rodriguez. Runner on second, 1 out. Julio's on second base. Maybe he can be our second run. All right. Okay. And then his managerial career. O'Day's name was mentioned in connection with a Major League managing vacancy as early as 1905. At the time, he said that he liked umpiring and that he was unsure whether he would accept a managing position even if an offer came to him. "I am not the least bit sure that I could better myself by giving up umpiring for a managerial job," O'Day said. Several years later, O'Day interrupted his umpiring career to manage a Major League major league clubs during 2 separate seasons. In 1912, he agreed to becoming the manager of the Reds. This move surprised baseball world, as O'Day had not been mentioned as a possibility to take the job. The team started off the year winning 20 of its first 25 games, creating the possibilities that the Reds would win the World Series under their new manager. The Reds did not hold on to their early hot streak, however, and finished the season with a 75-78 record under O'Day. He resigned after the 1912 season, as the team was negotiating a trade with Joe Tinker, and rumors surfaced that Tinker might become manager. In late 1912, O'Day was reported as saying that he would not return to umpiring, but he changed his mind by mid-April and signed with the National League again. After umpiring in 1913, he managed for another year, taking over the Chicago Cubs ball club after player-manager Johnny Evers was traded despite a third-place finish by the Cubs the previous year. He led the Cubs to a 78-76 record and a fourth-place finish. O'Day earned fourth-place finishes in both of his seasons as a manager. In December, the Cubs signed Rogers Bresnahan to be their manager, effectively firing O'Day, who returned to being an umpire. Rodeo just scored. So it's 5-2, top of the 7th, 2 outs. Atlanta's bringing in a new pitcher. Okay, so 5-2 now. Seattle's still behind. Returning to umpiring. O'Day umpired 10 World Series: 1903, 5, 7, 8, 10, 16, 18, 20, 23, and 26. Only Bill Clem, whose hiring was recommended by O'Day, worked more. O'Day's World Series appearances include 4 of the first 5 played. In the first 3 World Series, a 2-umpire system was used, with the 2 alternating between working home plate and the bases. In his next 3 series, 4 umpires were assigned, but they worked in 2-man crews that officiated alternating games. Not work every game. During the 1920 World Series, O'Day was the baseball umpire when Bill Wamsgans executed the only unassisted triple play in series history. Although it was not known at the time, O'Day became the oldest umpire in history at age 65, 9 months, when he began the 1925 season. It was long believed that Emsley still held the mark, having retired at the end of 1924 season at the age of 65. 8 months at the end of his career, O'Day's total of 3,986 games as an umpire placed him behind only Tommy Connolly, 4,337, and Emsley, 4,228 in Major League history. O'Day called balls and strikes on no-hitters in 4 decades, a distinction that has been matched only by Harry Wendelstedt. He was behind the plate when Ted Bresnan, April 20th, 1898, Rudy Lush, May 1st, 1906, Hod Eller, May 11th, 1919, and Jesse Haynes, July 17th, 1924, each accomplished the feat. O'Day served for many years on the Major League Rules Committee and became known for its many heated debates over rule changes and applications. In 1920, the committees were considering the issue of game-winning hits in the bottom of the last inning. O'Day argued that the batter should only be credited with as many bases as were necessary to score the winning run. even if the ball was hit over the fence for an apparent home run, saying you can't score runs after a game is over, while sports writer Fred Lee counter-argued that a fair ball hit over the fence must be counted as a home run regardless of the situation. Lee's position was adopted by the committee, with O'Day complaining that Lee was simply trying to accumulate more home runs for his friend Babe Ruth. O'Day did, however, succeed in preventing the rule from being applied retroactively. O'Day began his career in an era during which only one umpire worked in most games, and he spent the remainder of a time when only two were used. In 1908, O'Day was quoted as saying that he preferred the single-man system and that he had run into more trouble in games with two umpires. In the National League story, 1961, Lee Allen described O'Day as a crusty old pitcher who had umpired in the league as early as 1888. And had the scars to prove it. O'Day maintained an intensely private life. He did, however, develop a lasting friendship with fellow umpire Emsley, one of pitching opponents in the 1880s, after both had been in the league for a number of years. He also enjoyed long friendships with John Heidler, who had been a fellow umpire in the 1890s and became O'Day's supervisor. For a number of years. He also enjoyed long friendships with John Heidler, who had been a fellow umpire in the 1890s and later became O'Day's supervisor and the National League president, with Connie Mack, who was O'Day's catcher for 3 years in Washington. As far as later in life, O'Day became an umpiring scout after he retired from active umpiring in 1927. In March of 1935, he was said to be seriously ill with stomach condition and had become doubtful if he will ever get up again. He died of bronchial pneumonia and cancer in the Presbyterian Hospital in Chicago on July 2, 1935. His funeral, High Mass at St. Jared's Church, was attended by baseball notables including Commissioner Keensall Mountain Landis, former National League President John Heidler, and former umpires Bob Emsley, Tim Connolly, Bill Clem, and Lord Byron. O'Day was buried in Calvary Cemetery in Evanston, Illinois. O'Day was elected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame on December 3, 2012 by the Hall's new pre-integration era committee, which considers candidates from the era prior to 1947 once every 3 years, and was inducted in the following July. His induction speech was given by his grandnephew Dennis McNamara, a former Chicago police officer with his own connection to baseball, having introduced Hall of Famers John Santo to his wife Vic. So there you have it, our Hank O'Day biography. Let's go over all of his stats for his Hall of Fame induction. Again, he was a pitcher, an umpire, and a manager. He was born July 8, 1859, Chicago, Illinois. He died July 2, 1935 at the age of 75 in Chicago. He batted, unknown for sure, but he did throw right-handed. His MLB debut, May 2nd, 1884 for the Toledo Blue Stockings. His last MLB appearance was October 3rd, 1980. His MLB statistics: his win-loss record 73 and 110, earned run average 3.74, strikeouts 663. His managerial record 153 wins, 154 losses, with a winning percentage of .498. Played as a player, the Toledo Blue Stockings, 1884, Pittsburgh Alleghenies, 1885, Washington Nationals, 86 through 89, New York Giants, 89, New York Giants, Pacific Leg, 1890. As a manager, he managed the Cincinnati Reds in 1912 and the Chicago Cubs in 1914. He's a member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame, inducted in 2013 with 93.8% of the vote. Election method, pre-integration era committee. So there you have it. Hank O'Day's biography. Moving out to the bottom of the 8th, 5-2. Seattle's down 3 runs. I always wait for. I saw that one. Yoda vintage cards. Did you? Yes, I did. Thank you, there, David. Appreciate you, brother. Sean, Jedi Master, Titus, Don, Tony, Levi. Let's see, your previous. This one, I always wait for you to put a message up for us to say to put your answer in. Was waiting until I saw Bernie put his up. Need to remember you don't do that anymore. Yes, I know. Glad you needed it. No. Got that. Tony. Go Braves, Donald. And yes, I did see that one. I did. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Thanks, David. Okay. So. Are you volunteering today there, Titus? Are you in the hospital? If so, let me wave to the kids. Hopefully you guys are doing good. Praying for you. Me and my wife are praying for you guys all the time. All the kids there in Japan at the hospital for cancer. All right. So let me get ready now to do the 2-minute warning. Okay. So we can close up shop for today. Was it 3 o'clock? Yep. Alright, let's start the 2-minute warning. Let me get you guys logged in with the new rules, okay? So you get a +1 here as I put you in here. Now we'll add it up. We are at 849, so we do have 8 prizes on the wheel. 8 prizes, so 2 more to go before we have a full wheel. Okay? 2 more before we have a full wheel. Back to nap time. There you go, Dragon Fan. Back to nap time. Back to nap time. Now we got Bernie being here. We got Big Ray being here. And we got Yoda. Guru. Make sure I get it on the right one now. Guru. And God is great. Alright. Here for half the stream. There you go. You're here for the back half there, Guru. Alright. So other than that, tomorrow we will be doing Walter O'Malley. Tomorrow we'll be doing Walter O'Malley for our Hall of Fame. Alright. We got 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Atlanta's still ahead, 5-2. 1 more inning to go after the bottom of the 8th turn. Alright. Have a great day and evening, Donald and everybody. Thanks, Bernie. Appreciate you. All right. And we are done. So. Okay. So that's the end of the 2-minute warning. There we go. All right. So you all take care. Have a wonderful and blessed day. We will see you around the channels. And don't forget, this Friday, after our Hall of Fame video, I'll try and start 2 o'clock as much as possible on time. I'll be doing a WahtNot auction for Ken Griffey Jr. Dollar Day sales. Okay? So until then, you all take care. Have a wonderful and blessed day. And as David says at the end of most his streams, it's not just words, but be blessed. As always, be blessed. Take care, and we'll see you all again tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Till then, take care, and we'll see you somewhere, sometime on your stream when you're